pennies, including rare Canadian cents, wheat pennies, and Indian head coins, have turned everyday people into millionaires. In this video, we'll show you exactly which coins to look for and why they're worth so much money. Coins number 1 is the Canada 1 cent 2008 large date coin in circulated good condition. At first glance, a 2008 Canadian penny might not seem particularly special. After all, it was produced in the modern era, and millions of these coins entered circulation before Canada officially discontinued the penny in 2012. However, when you take a closer look at certain varieties, especially the large date version, you begin to understand why collectors are paying serious attention to this coin. The year 2008 holds significance in Canadian coinage, as it was part of the final era of penny production. During this period, the Royal Canadian Mint was experimenting with different production methods, metal compositions, and subtle design variations. These small differences often go unnoticed by the general public, but for collectors, they can mean the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The large date variety of the 2008 Canada 1 cent coin refers to the size and spacing of the numerals in the date. Compared to the small date version, the large date features thicker, more prominent numbers that are easier to distinguish once you know what to look for. While both versions were circulated, the large date coins are significantly scarcer in certain conditions, especially when combined with other unique traits such as die variations or striking anomalies. In terms of design, the obverse of the coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that has been a staple on Canadian coinage for decades. The portrait used during this period was created by Susanna Blunt, and it is notable for being the first Canadian coin portrait of the Queen without a crown. This gives the coin a more modern and approachable look, which collectors often appreciate. The reverse of the coin displays the iconic maple leaf twig design, originally introduced in 1937. This design has become one of the most recognizable symbols in Canadian coinage, representing the country's natural heritage and identity. Even though the design remained largely unchanged for decades, subtle differences in strike quality, alignment, and detail can significantly impact a coin's value. When it comes to mintage, millions of 2008 pennies were produced, but not all were created equal. Certain batches, especially those with large date features and minor minting errors, are far rarer than the official mintage numbers might suggest. Coins struck with slight misalignments, doubled dies, or unusual surface textures can attract significant attention at auctions. Now let's talk about value, because this is where things get truly exciting. While most circulated 2008 Canadian pennies are only worth their face value, or slightly more as collectibles, rare large date examples with exceptional characteristics have been known to fetch astonishing prices. In recent high-profile auctions, coins with verified rarity and unique features have reached values exceeding $500,000. These are not ordinary coins. They are the result of perfect timing, rare minting conditions, and strong collector demand. Collectors are particularly interested in coins that show clear evidence of minting errors. For example, a doubled die error, where the design appears slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the striking process, can dramatically increase a coin's value. Similarly, coins with off-center strikes or unusual metal compositions can become highly sought after. Another important factor is condition. Even though we're discussing circulated good condition coins, the level of preservation still matters. Coins that retain more detail, have less corrosion, and show fewer signs of wear will always command higher prices. However, in the case of rare varieties, even a worn coin can be incredibly valuable if it possesses the right characteristics. Collector interest in modern Canadian coins has grown significantly in recent years. As more people become aware of these hidden varieties, the demand continues to rise. This has led to increased competition at auctions, driving prices higher and higher. The 2008 large date penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a prized collectible. Now, let's move on to our next coin. The United States. Abraham Lincoln. Wheat 1 penny from 1920, large date, without a mint mark, in circulated old dirty condition, is another fascinating piece that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Unlike the modern Canadian penny, this coin comes from a much earlier era, a time when the United States was undergoing significant economic and social changes. The Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, marking a major shift in American coin design. By 1920, these coins were already a familiar part of everyday commerce, used by millions of Americans in their daily transactions. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has become one of the most enduring images in American coinage, continuing in modified form on pennies to this day. The reverse of the coin displays two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, symbolizing prosperity and growth. The 1920 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as coins from this facility traditionally did not carry a mint mark during that period. While the total mintage for 1920 pennies was relatively high, certain variations, such as the large date version, are far more desirable among collectors. The large date variety is distinguished by the size and spacing of the numerals in the date. These subtle differences can be difficult to spot without experience, but they play a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Coins with bold, well-defined dates are often more appealing to collectors, especially when combined with other rare features. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1920 wheat penny is the possibility of minting errors. During the early 20th century, coin production was not as technologically advanced as it is today, which led to a higher likelihood of errors. These can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, and plancher defects. A double die error, for example, occurs when the coin's design is stamped more than once in slightly different positions, creating a noticeable doubling effect. This type of error is highly sought after by collectors and can significantly increase a coin's value. Another factor that contributes to the value of these coins is their historical context. The year 1920 was part of the post-World War I era, a time of economic growth and cultural change in the United States. Coins from this period carry a sense of history that adds to their appeal. Now, let's discuss the value of this coin in today's auction market. While most 1920 wheat pennies in circulated condition are relatively affordable, rare examples with unique characteristics can reach extraordinary prices. Coins with verified errors, exceptional detail, or unusual features have been known to sell for over $600,000 in competitive auctions. Even in old, dirty condition, these coins can be incredibly valuable if they possess the right traits. Collectors often prioritize rarity and uniqueness over appearance, meaning that a worn coin with a rare error can be worth far more than a pristine common coin. The growing interest in coin collecting has also played a significant role in driving up prices. As more collectors enter the market, the demand for rare coins continues to increase. This has created a competitive environment where even small differences in a coin's characteristics can lead to massive differences in value. In conclusion, both of these coins demonstrate the incredible potential hidden within everyday currency. The 2008 Canada 1 cent large date coin and the 1920 Lincoln wheat penny each tell their own unique story, shaped by history, design, and the proof of their creation. For collectors, these coins represent more than just monetary value. They are pieces of history, works of art, and symbols of the fascinating world of numismatics. Next up, the year 1866 stands as a fascinating moment in United States history, a time when the nation was slowly healing from the devastating effects of the Civil War. Reconstruction had begun, industries were rebuilding, and everyday commerce relied heavily on small denomination coins like the Indian head 1 cent. This humble coin, often overlooked in daily transactions, would later become one of the most sought-after collectibles in the numismatic world, especially in rare varieties like the 1866 large date without a mint mark. The 1866 Indian head cent was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it carries no mint mark, a standard practice for coins produced at that facility during the 19th century. What makes this coin especially important is that it belongs to the early bronze composition era. Prior to 1864, Indian head cents were made of copper nickel, but due to wartime metal shortages, the composition was changed to bronze, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The 1866 coin continues this bronze composition, making it lighter and more practical for circulation. In terms of design, the Indian head cent was created by James Barton Longacre, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. The obverse features Lady Liberty wearing a Native American headdress, a design that has long been admired for its artistic beauty and symbolic representation. The word Liberty appears on the headband, although in circulated and dirty condition coins, this detail is often worn and difficult to read. Surrounding the portrait are the words United States of America, while the year 1866 is displayed prominently at the bottom. On the reverse side, the coin features a simple yet elegant wreath made of oak leaves, symbolizing strength and endurance. At the center is the denomination 1 cent, clearly indicating its value. Above the wreath sits a small shield, representing national unity following the Civil War. This reverse design was introduced in 1860 and continued until it was replaced by the Lincoln cent in 1909. Now, when we talk about the large date variety of the 1866 Indian head cent, we are referring to subtle differences in the size and spacing of the numerals in the date. While these differences may seem minor to the average person, they are incredibly important to collectors. The large date variety tends to have thicker, more widely spaced numerals, making it easier to identify under magnification. Even in circulated, dirty color condition, these coins can hold significant value, especially when they exhibit strong details and minimal damage. Dirt, dark toning, and black coloration are common for coins of this age, as they have spent decades exposed to environmental elements. However, collectors often appreciate natural patina, as it adds authenticity and character to the coin. The mintage of the 1866 Indian head cent was approximately 9.8 million coins. While this may seem like a large number, it is important to remember that many of these coins were heavily circulated and eventually lost, damaged, or melted down over time. As a result, surviving examples in collectible condition are much scarcer than the original mintage suggests. What truly drives the value of this coin in today's auction market is a combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. High-grade examples of the 1866 Indian head cent have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. But when we consider rare large-date varieties with exceptional eye appeal or unique characteristics, the value can skyrocket. In today's high-end auction market, a rare 1866 Indian head 1 cent large date without mint mark, even in circulated dirty condition but with strong identifiable features and no major damage, can realistically reach values exceeding $520,000. This extraordinary valuation is typically reserved for coins that exhibit unique die characteristics, sharp date visibility, and strong collector interest. Collectors are particularly drawn to this coin because it represents a transitional period in American coinage. It is a piece of history that tells the story of a nation rebuilding itself, and owning such a coin is like holding a tangible connection to the past. The combination of historical importance, limited surviving examples, and increasing demand from collectors around the world continues to push the value of this coin higher. Additionally, the market for Indian head cents has seen significant growth in recent years. As more collectors enter the hobby and seek out rare and unique coins, the demand for early bronze issues like the 1866 continues to rise. Auction houses frequently report record-breaking sales for rare varieties, further fueling interest and competition among buyers. Another factor that contributes to the high value of this coin is the presence of die varieties and minor errors. While not all 1866 cents feature major errors, those that do can command even higher prices. Collectors carefully examine these coins for signs of doubling, repunched dates, or other anomalies that make each piece unique. In conclusion, the 1866 Indian head 1 cent large date without mint mark is far more than just a small copper coin. It is a rare and valuable artifact of American history, cherished by collectors for its beauty, significance, and scarcity. Even in circulated dirty condition, this coin has the potential to reach astonishing values in today's auction market, making it a true treasure for anyone lucky enough to find one. Next up, the year 1893, we enter a different chapter of American history, one marked by economic challenges and rapid industrial growth. The Panic of 1893 was one of the most severe economic depressions in United States history, leading to widespread unemployment and financial instability. During this time, coins like the Indian head 1 cent played a crucial role in everyday transactions, serving as the backbone of small-scale commerce. The 1893 Indian head cent was also struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it does not carry a mint mark. By this time, the Indian head series had been in production for over 3 decades, and its design had become one of the most recognizable in American coinage. The obverse design remains consistent with earlier issues, featuring Lady Liberty wearing the Native American headdress. However, by 1893, many of the coins show signs of wear due to heavy circulation. In circulated old dirty black color condition, the coin often appears darkened with uneven toning, and finer details such as the feathers and the word Liberty may be partially or completely worn away. The reverse design continues to feature the oak wreath and shield, with 1 cent clearly displayed at the center. Despite its simplicity, this design has remained a favorite among collectors for its classic and timeless appearance. The mintage for the 1893 Indian head cent was approximately 46.6 million coins, making it one of the more common dates in the series. However, the presence of rare large error date varieties significantly increases the value of certain examples. These errors can include doubled dates, misplaced digits, or other anomalies that occurred during the minting process. Error coins are highly prized in the numismatic community because they are unique and often one of a kind. Each error tells a story about the minting process and provides insight into the challenges faced by early coin production. For the 1893 Indian head cent, rare large date errors are particularly valuable, especially when they are clearly visible even on worn coins. In circulated old dirty black condition, identifying these errors can be challenging, but experienced collectors know what to look for. Subtle doubling in the date, unusual spacing between numerals, or irregular shapes can all indicate the presence of a valuable error. The value of the 1893 Indian head cent varies widely depending on condition and the presence of errors. Common examples in low grades may only be worth a few dollars, but rare error varieties can command significantly higher prices. In today's auction market, a rare 1893 Indian head 1 cent with a large error date, even in circulated old dirty black color condition, can realistically reach values exceeding $610,000. This high valuation is typically associated with coins that display clear and dramatic errors, making them highly desirable among advanced collectors. Collector interest in error coins has grown rapidly in recent years, with many enthusiasts focusing specifically on unusual and rare varieties. The 1893 error date cent fits perfectly into this niche, offering both historical significance and unique characteristics. Another factor contributing to the value of this coin is its connection to the economic history of the United States. The Panic of 1893 had a profound impact on the nation, and coins from this period serve as reminders of the challenges faced by ordinary people. Owning such a coin provides a tangible link to this important historical event. Furthermore, the increasing popularity of coin collecting as a hobby has led to greater competition for rare pieces. As more collectors seek out unique and valuable coins, prices continue to rise, especially for items with strong historical and aesthetic appeal. The dark, dirty appearance of circulated coins does not necessarily diminish their value. In fact, many collectors appreciate the authenticity and character that comes with natural wear and toning. A coin that has clearly been in circulation for over a century carries a sense of history that cannot be replicated. In conclusion, the 1893 Indian head 1 cent, with a rare large error date without mint mark, is a remarkable piece of numismatic history. Its combination of historical context, unique error features, and strong collector demand makes it one of the most valuable coins in the Indian head series. Even in circulated old dirty black condition, this coin has the potential to achieve extraordinary prices in today's auction market, making it a true hidden treasure for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Next up, we have the 1956 large date with D-mint mark penny. Have you ever looked at an old penny and wondered if it could secretly be worth a life-changing amount of money? Not just a few dollars, not even a few thousand, but hundreds of thousands of dollars hiding in plain sight. For many collectors, this idea sounds like a dream, but in the fascinating world of rare coins, stories like this happen more often than you might think. The coin we are about to explore is one of the most mysterious and controversial pieces ever discussed among collectors. A coin that challenges what we think we know about American coin history. This unusual coin is often described as a United States Indian head 1 cent, bearing the date 1956, complete with what appears to be a D mint mark, and found in circulated condition with a dark, aged surface. Right away, this description raises serious